Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter rational functions and expressions. And the lessons we're going to cover today are rational functions, asymptotes, and excluded values. Simplify complex fractions and simplify rational expressions. So let's just start with the first lesson. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So let's just start with the lesson that is rational fractions, asymptotes, and excluded values, right? Look at this graph. What is the equation of the horizontal asymptotes? The horizontal asymptotes of a rational fraction is a horizontal line that the fraction approaches as x goes to positive or negative infinity, right? So the horizontal asymptotes is a horizontal line that the function approaches as x goes to positive or negative infinity, right? So here is this line, this dotted line shown in the graph, right? So this is the line that is y equals 0, right? That is on the x-axis, and on the x-axis you have y equals 0. Got it? The next example is look at the graph. What is the equation of the horizontal asymptote? So for this equation, horizontal asymptote is also y equals 0 because here the line is on along the x-axis, and on the x-axis you have y equals 0, so that is y equals 0. Okay, look at this graph. What is the equation of the vertical asymptote, right? Now you have to see the vertical asymptote, right? So you have to make a dotted line, that is, here is the dotted line, right? So that is, the dotted line is on the y-axis, right? On the y-axis, you have all the x values equals 0. So that is x equals 0. Got it? You can see here it is x equals 0, right? So let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, look at this graph. What is the equation of the vertical asymptote? So vertical asymptote is the line where the graph is changing from positive to negative and approaches to infinity. So the vertical asymptote is like this, and because this is on the y-axis, right? All the y values are 0 over here. Sorry, that vertical asymptote is on the y-axis and all the x values are 0 on this line. So the correct option is x equals 0. The correct option is x equals 0. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, look at this graph. What is the equation of the horizontal asymptote? So, horizontal asymptote is That is y equals 0. The correct option is y equals 0. Look at this graph. What is the equation of the horizontal asymptote? Which is the correct option? So x is changing from positive to negative. That is x equals 5, right? Because here is the value where the graph is changing from x to from positive to negative. So that is x equals 5. The correct option is x equals y equals 5. Here is another graph and here is another one. No, for this one, it is y equals 0. You can see the graph is along this line, right? So that is along the x-axis. So that is along the x-axis. So y must equal 0. Just look at this graph. You can see the graph is changing from positive to negative and approaches to 0 on y equals 5. So for this one, it is y equals 5, right? But for this one, that is y equals 0. Got it? The correct option is y equals 0 for the given graph in the question. Look at this graph. What is the equation of the vertical asymptote? So the vertical asymptote is, okay, let me just make a complete line. Here is the value where the graph is changing from, hold on, let me make a line. This is the value, right? That is x equals negative 2. So the correct option is the second one, that is x equals negative 2, right? The correct option is x equals negative 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the value lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is simplify complex fractions. Okay, simplify. Write your answer as a proper improper fraction in simplest form. So that is 4 over 3 divided by 1 over 4. 4 over 3, right? You can write it as like this, 4 over 3 divided by 1 over 4. They both are exactly equal, right? You have to evaluate. You can change this division sign to multiplication by just taking the reciprocal of this fraction. Got it? So 4 times 4 is 16 and 3 times 1 is 3. Numerator is greater than denominator. You can divide it by the 3 and write the answer in the mixed fraction. 3 times 5 is 15. So 16 minus 15 is 1. So the correct option is 5 whole 1 over 3 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is 5 whole 1 over 3. Or you can simply write 16 over 3, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Basically, you are going to learn how to evaluate the fraction. Write your answer as a proper or improper fraction in simplest form. 6 over 7 divided by 5 over 6, right? So you can write it as 6 over 7 divided by 5 over 6, right? So just change this division sign to multiplication by taking the reciprocal of this fraction, right? So that is 6 times 6 is 36 and 7 times 5 is 35. So the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. That is 36 over 35. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, let's just move on to next one. Now for the next one, you have to solve the question on your notebook and write the answer in the chat box. The next one is simplify. Write your answer as a proper or improper fraction in simplest form. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is which is the correct option? The correct option is 24. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. Simplify. Write your answer as a proper or improper fraction in simplest form. 9 over 2 divided by 1 over 7. So which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, that is 63 over 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. Next one is simplify. Write your answer as a proper improper fraction in simplest form, which is the correct option. The correct option is which is the correct option. That is 5 divided by 27. Yes, option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. That is 5 over 27 is the correct option. Simplify. Write your answer as a proper or improper fraction in simplest form. 8 over 3 divided by 7 over 6. So, which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option number 1. That is 16 over 7 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is simplify. 4 by 3 divided by 1 over 4. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is that is 16 over 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Right? Okay, the next one is simplify. Write your answer as a proper or improper fraction in simplest form. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 5 over 4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Simplify 2 by 5 divided by 9 by 4. Which is the correct option? The correct option is 9 over 45, right? The second one is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is simplify rational expressions. Okay, the first one is n square plus 3n divided by n plus 3. You have to evaluate, right? So we can take n common from the numerator, right? And you are left with n plus 3. So in the numerator and denominator, you have n plus 3, n plus 3, so they can cancel out each other, and you are left with just n, right? Okay, let's just do the second one. 4m minus 10 divided by 8. So just let's see what can we do. Take common from the numerator. We can take common 2, and you are left with 2 times 2 is 4, and minus 2 times 5 is 10 divided by 8. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 4 is 8. So that is 2m minus 5 divided by 4, right? The correct option is 2m minus 5 divided by 4. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, simplify. Write your answer using whole numbers and variables. So you can take n common for numerator, and you are left with n plus 3, right? And you have n plus 3 in denominator also. So they both cancel out each other, and we are left with just, and that's the same we did on the tutorial, right? So the correct option is n. Option number 2 is the correct option. So I selected the n. What's wrong with I selected the second option. Okay, the next one is simplify 5m minus 9 divided by 5m square minus 5m. So you can see the denominator. From denominator we can take common m. You have 5m minus 9. Here you have m common and you are left with 5m minus 9. So 5m minus 9, 5m minus 9 cancel out each other, right? And we are left with 1 divided by m. The correct option is 1 over m. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 1 divided by m. For the next one, you have to solve the question and write the answer in the chat box. Got it? Use your notebook and pencil, solve the question and write the answers in the chat box. Simplify, write your answer using whole numbers and variables. So which is the correct option? Just solve the question like we did. So the correct option is just solve and write the answer in the chat box. Yes, the correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. That is 7k minus 10 is the correct option. Can you hear me now? Okay, so the correct option is option number 4n square plus 5n divided by 25, and so the correct option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is simplify, which is the correct option, 1 or 2. The correct option is option number 1, that is 4 divided by 6d minus 5, because you can just take d common, right? And the correct option is option number 1. Okay, simplify 7m square plus 9m divided by 19m, which is the correct option. The correct option is the second one, that is 7m plus 9 divided by 19. The second option is the correct option. Okay, simplify. Write your answer using whole numbers and variables. So, which is the correct option? That is 9d minus 8 divided by 2. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? You just have to take common 2 from the numerator. So, the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. Chapter we're working on is rational functions and expressions, and the lessons we have covered today are rational functions, asymptotes and excluded values, simplify complex fractions, and simplify rational expressions, right? So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lesson we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, so if you have any questions related to the lesson we have just finished, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any questions, you can please write down in the chat. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.